Every day, millions of people pray. Yet sometimes, heaven seems silent. You wait, you hope, and still nothing happens. But what if God actually heard you all along? And his answers just came in ways you couldn't see Maria's story. Maria was a young woman who prayed every night before she slept. Lord, please give me peace. I'm tired of feeling alone. Weeks turned into months, nothing changed. She felt unseen, unheard, forgotten. One night, in tears, she whispered, "Why are you silent, God? Don't you hear me?" The next morning, on her way to work, an old woman sat beside her on the subway. She smiled and said softly, "Sometimes God stays silent because he's teaching you to grow." Maria's eyes filled with tears. She realized that God wasn't ignoring her. He was preparing her heart for peace that would last forever. Because sometimes, silence is the sound of transformation. Delayed answers. Thomas's story. Thomas was a father desperate to save his sick daughter. Every night he prayed with trembling hands, "Please God, heal her." But nothing happened. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. One night he cried out in anger, "If you really hear me, why won't you help me?" Then one day, a priest met him in the hospital and said, "Son, sometimes God doesn't change your situation immediately because he's changing you first." From that day, Thomas prayed differently. "God, make me more like you while I wait." Weeks later, his daughter miraculously recovered. But by then, Thomas had already been healed inside. Invisible answers. Sarah's story. Sarah saw the same homeless man every morning. He always said, "Good morning, miss," with a smile. Then one day, she lost her job. She cried out, "God, I need direction. Please help me." A week later, the man disappeared. That evening, she found a note pinned to a church door. "God heard your prayer. Just keep walking." It was signed with the homeless man's name. Sarah realized then, sometimes God speaks through people, through a stranger, a coincidence, a single word. All of it is part of his unseen plan. Denied prayers, Michael's story. Michael prayed for a job he wanted more than anything. He believed it was perfect for him. But the answer was no. He felt rejected, defeated. Why? God, why do you always say no? A month later, a scandal hit that same company. Hundreds lost their jobs. That's when Michael understood. God's no wasn't rejection. It was protection. Sometimes, he closes the door because there's a storm behind it. A denied prayer can be your greatest blessing. The power of silence, the teaching of Jesus. One day, a student asked Jesus, "Rabbi, why does God stay silent sometimes?" Jesus smiled and said, "Because sometimes, silence is where God whispers. Silence is not absence, it's invitation. When your heart grows quiet, you can finally hear him. Every tear you cry echoes in heaven. No prayer goes unheard. Answered prayers, your story. And today, maybe you're still waiting for a miracle, a door to open, a sign from above, and the sky still feels silent. But remember, God sometimes says yes, sometimes no. But most often, he says, wait, because he's preparing the right place, the right moment, and the right version of you. You may not see it yet, but behind every delay, God is designing your breakthrough. One day you'll look back and say, "Lord, thank you. I didn't understand then, but you were always there." God hears every prayer, but he doesn't answer them all the same way, because he knows what your heart truly needs. If you can't hear his voice right now, maybe he's shaping your soul in the silence. So tonight, pray again, but this time, don't just ask for answers, ask to feel his presence. Because sometimes, the real miracle isn't in the answer, but in the heart that learns to wait. If this story touched your heart, like, share, and subscribe to J.Chanel, because every story is meant to reach a soul.